Zenith as noun. The highest point reached in the heavens by a celestial body. The point directly overhead in the sky. The team's performance reached its zenith in the championship game. The writer's career hit its zenith with the publication of her best-selling novel. The company's profits reached their zenith during the boom years. The artist's creativity was at its zenith when she was in her 20s. The sun was at its zenith, casting a bright light across the landscape. Intermittent adjective, occurring at irregular or unpredictable times, stopping and starting at irregular intervals, not continuous. The patient's symptoms were intermittent, making diagnosis difficult. The internet connection was intermittent, making it difficult to work from home. The storm caused intermittent power outages throughout the city. The company has been experiencing intermittent financial difficulties for several years. The intermittent rain made it difficult to plan outdoor activities.
Travail as verb, to engage in painful or laborious effort, to work hard or toil, to suffer or undergo distress, especially in childbirth. The athlete had to travail hard to overcome a recent injury. The author had to travail through many drafts to perfect her novel. The students travailed all night to finish their group project. The farmer had to travail in the fields to bring in the harvest before the weather turned. The mechanic travailed to fix the car engine before the customer's deadline.
Hamper as verb, to impede or slow down the progress or movement of someone or something. To restrict or limit the ability of someone or something to function or operate effectively. The heavy rain hampered their progress on the hike. The construction work was hampered by a shortage of materials. The team's chances of winning were hampered by a key player's injury. The lack of funds hampered the organization's ability to carry out its mission. The athlete's performance was hampered by an illness. Constituent as noun, a citizen or voter in a political constituency, a component or element of a larger entity. The candidate met with several constituents to discuss their concerns about local issues. The company's constituents are primarily located in the United States and Canada. The university's faculty and students are considered constituents of the institution. The congressperson received a letter from a constituent requesting assistance with a federal matter. The organization's constituents include individuals from a diverse range of backgrounds and professions.
Tyro as noun, a beginner or novice, a person who is new to or inexperienced in a particular skill or field. The young tyro had a lot to learn about the industry, but showed great promise. The tyro investor made some rookie mistakes, but learned from them. The tyro chef struggled to keep up with the pace of the busy kitchen. The tyro writer was still developing his own unique style. The tyro musician was eager to learn from her more experienced bandmates.
Assail as verb, to attack someone or something physically or verbally. To assault, to make a violent or aggressive attack on someone or something. The storm assailed the coastal town, causing severe damage and flooding. The soldiers assailed the enemy fort, launching a fierce attack with weapons and explosives. The critics assailed the new movie, panning it for its poor plot and weak performances. The disease assailed the patient's body, weakening his immune system and causing multiple health issues. The hacker assailed the company's computer system, stealing sensitive information and causing a data breach. Impugn as verb, to challenge or attack the validity, accuracy, or honesty of something. To dispute the truth or correctness of something. He impugned her reputation by spreading rumors about her. The witness's testimony impugned the defendant's innocence. The article impugned the credibility of the entire scientific community. The defense lawyer impugned the validity of the evidence presented by the prosecution. She impugned his motives for donating to the charity, calling them insincere.
Browbeat as verb. To intimidate or bully through aggressive or overbearing behavior or language. To persuade or coerce through the use of threats or intimidation. The manager browbeat the employees into working overtime without pay. The bully browbeat his classmates into giving him their lunch money. The coach browbeat the team after their loss, making them feel ashamed and guilty. The prosecutor attempted to browbeat the witness into changing their testimony. The teacher browbeat the students who didn't understand the material instead of providing additional help.
Imperious as adjective. Arrogantly demanding or bossy. Overbearing or domineering in manner or attitude. The imperious boss always expected everyone to follow his orders without question. The imperious queen demanded that her subjects obey her every command. The imperious coach berated his players for every mistake they made. The imperious teacher gave her students no room for discussion or disagreement. The imperious diplomat acted as if he was above everyone else in the room. Insipid as adjective. Dull or lacking interest or excitement. Lacking taste or flavor. The food was insipid and lacked any flavor. The movie was criticized for having an insipid plot and characters. The speech was insipid and failed to inspire the audience. The music was described as insipid and forgettable. The book was criticized for its insipid writing style. Restive is adjective, being difficult to control or manage, easily agitated or restless, impatient, especially under restraint or delay. The restive crowd refused to disperse. The restive child could not sit still during the class. The restive horse kept bucking and refusing to obey its rider. The restive employee demanded a pay raise. The restive region experienced frequent protests and unrest. Impermeable as adjective, not allowing fluid or gas to pass through, not permitting passage or penetration, especially of fluids. The impermeable membrane prevented water from leaking through the roof. The impermeable material kept out the harmful chemicals. The impermeable barrier separated the two sides of the room. The impermeable surface of the rock made it difficult for water to erode it. The impermeable coating on the fabric made it resistant to stains. Chortle as verb, an expression of amusement or joy, characterized by a combination of chuckling and snorting sounds. To chuckle or laugh gleefully or with delight, often audibly. His loud chortle echoed across the room, drawing attention to his amusement. She couldn't help but emit a joyful chortle after hearing the punchline of the joke. The toddler's infectious chortle made everyone in the room smile. His sudden chortle during the serious meeting disrupted the solemn atmosphere. The comedian's witty remark elicited a hearty chortle from the audience. Rebuke as noun, a public or private expression of disapproval or condemnation, a strong reprimand or criticism. The boss gave him a sharp rebuke for coming to work late. She received a rebuke from her teacher for not completing her homework on time. The president's comments drew a rebuke from the opposition party. The coach's rebuke motivated the team to work harder and win the game. He ignored his mother's rebuke and continued to stay out late. Cataclysm as noun. A catastrophic event causing widespread destruction and loss of life. A sudden and violent change in the natural or social order. The cataclysmic earthquake destroyed entire cities, leaving thousands homeless. The cataclysm of World War II had a profound impact on the world, changing the course of history. The cataclysmic hurricane caused widespread devastation, with many people losing their homes and possessions. The cataclysmic explosion at the chemical plant caused massive damage and numerous casualties. The cataclysmic asteroid impact wiped out the dinosaurs, leading to their extinction. Hound as verb. To annoy or harass someone with persistent criticism or demands. To pursue persistently, especially in an effort to catch or capture. The paparazzi hounded the celebrity as she left the restaurant. The sales representative hounded me with phone calls and emails until I finally agreed to a meeting. The police hounded the suspect until he finally confessed to the crime. The company was hounded by negative publicity after the scandal was uncovered. The customer service representative hounded the dissatisfied customer until she was satisfied with the resolution. Pariah is noun. A person who is rejected or shunned by society, often due to their beliefs, behavior, or social status. An outcast or an individual who is not accepted by others. After the scandal, the politician was considered a pariah in his party. In high school, he felt like a pariah because he didn't fit in with any of the cliques. Because of his unpopular opinions, the writer was often seen as a pariah in the literary community. The former employee was treated like a pariah by his former colleagues after he was fired. The homeless man was treated like a pariah by many members of the community.
Connive as verb. To be involved in a secret or illegal plan or scheme, often with others. To conspire or collaborate in an illegal or unethical manner. The two employees were accused of conniving to steal company property. The parents were upset when they discovered their children had been conniving to skip school. The student was caught conniving with a classmate to cheat on the exam. The politician was found to have connived with lobbyists to pass a controversial bill. The thieves had connived to break into the museum and steal the valuable artifacts.
Peripatetic as noun. A person who travels from place to place, especially for work or teaching. An itinerant worker or teacher who moves from place to place. The ancient Greeks had a group of peripatetics who walked around while discussing philosophy. The peripatetics in the museum were a knowledgeable and interesting bunch. The peripatetics who work for the government travel frequently to attend meetings and conferences. The peripatetics in the park were enjoying a lovely day. The peripatetics were discussing their research in the university's courtyard. Ready to boost your English or ace the GRE? Meet the GRE Vocabulary app, a fun and effective way to master language. Learn advanced words with examples and audio. Master idioms, proverbs, and phrasal verbs. Enjoy quizzes, flashcards, and pronunciation tests. Customize your practice by difficulty or focus. Translate into 100+ languages with ease. Did you learn new words? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Download now and start your journey to vocabulary mastery.